just cut around that joint a little bit, give you some flexibility. Kind of shows you where you break that joint at. That part right there, as far as I'm concerned, is done. Sorry about the wind. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but guys, most of the time I use a fillet knife. A lot of people use big old butcher knife, big old hunting knives. You know, I've been doing this, like I said, for a while. The easiest thing I've found is a fillet knife. They follow the bone, they flex to the crevices. Shoulder goes a lot further back than I thought. There we go. That's a good shoulder I'm going to keep. All this stuff in here, if you want to work it off, work it off. You know, it's not that hard. It gives you a little bit of grinding meat for your burger, but if you get a little ways in there, there gets to be a lot of fat with it. And really, deer fat don't taste that good. Kind of like a little goes a long ways. Sometimes an extra hand does help, just keep from spinning around. Get down to this point, if you just kind of find that rump right there, cut through it, find the backbone, slide down the side of it, all the way down. Give it a couple shots till you hit the ribs. Come back in here, there's a big old hunk of meat. You're gonna come up and you're gonna meet your ribs. Neighbor going by. Once you meet those ribs, you just keep on following them in. It's nice and easy. Got a little bone right here, got a little far back. I'll take that little part out. I'll take my knife and just work right down the side of that spine. I've got her far enough now. There we go. One back strap. Now you will notice a little bit of meat in here. I mean, if you got somebody just wants to stand around after you get this done and practice their knife work, do a little bit of playing, you can still get a bit of grindage out of it. You know, if you're really, really tight, it might add up to a couple hamburgers. I'm not that tight. There. That's fine. Kind of hug it with the edge of your knife. You'll feel it. So come back in here. Pretty deep when you start out. You go down and hit that rib cage. Once you hit that rib cage, you start following. Right up here, you're going to hit a little bone, go around it. Strip number 2. take that shoulder off. That's the bone I was hitting earlier, and I can already see the blood pulling up in the shoulder. So I'll go on down and kind of work around the spine. This different muscle group takes the meat out of it. And from this point, I'll pretty much split the back end and you just run right, first let's, no special tools, carpenter saw. Oop. That's split. We're going to run right down the inside of this. Now, a word to the wise. You're going to hit some bone back here. You're going to have some hunks of meat left. And really, before you separate it, I go ahead and cut all this out that I can. Once you separate it, it's just you either need a table or something to throw it on. Most of this is what I use for grindage anyway. Strip that off the side. Dog food. Hit this just right, you're going to feel that hip socket. Like I said, to get some access to it, go ahead and take a hunk of meat out. It's not going to go to waste, it's all going to be for, most of this will be ground up anyway. Deer's a little bit different than domestic livestock cleaning in the fact that in your domestic livestock you have controlled kill for one. And when you got a controlled kill, that just makes it 100 times easier because one, you don't have hair, two, you don't have blood all over the place. Say, work on getting all this meat out you can before you totally separate that hip, cut the last pieces, because that happens, she's going to hit the ground. One. Number two. The rest of it's dog meat. I take my saw, I cut the legs off from here, take them in the house and work them up. About as easy as you can get.